welcome back to my channel. Okay, well, I'm sure that you're coming to me with a question that's on everybody's mind. Trisha, what are the speech and language milestones from the ages 4 to 5? I'm so glad you asked. Let's get into it. As I go through and describe all of the milestones, I'm going to go ahead and separate it into 4 main sections. Number 1, pragmatics. Number 2, semantics. 3, syntax. And 4, phonology. Okay, let's break it down. First off, starting with pragmatics, one thing that you should start to see emerging is hints that do not mention the intention in the request. So, for example, it's my water bottle. If I looked over and I was like, wow, I'm really thirsty, somebody should probably pick up that I sure would like a drink. A few other things that should be emerging between 4 to 5 is the ability to address specific requests for clarification, as well as the ability to identify some main characters, settings, and kind of retell a story in a way that makes grammatical sense. Normally around this age as well, we would expect a little one to be able to locate the front of the book and at least its title, and a little one should be able to figure out that they can imitate reading from left to right. In terms of semantics, in this age, we would typically expect some knowledge of letter names and sounds, as well as knowledge of numbers and counting, and as well as some conjunction use here, specifically the words when, so, because, and if. Around this time, we would also start to expect some words that describe things like location and time, so whether that be like the word beside, yesterday, tomorrow, in between. And normally by the time we hit 5, we would expect a little one to be able to know how to write their name. Alright guys, stick with me as we're moving into syntax. So typically from the ages 4 to 5, Brown stage 5 does begin to emerge. This does indicate some later developing morphemes, so we would expect different variations of the word be. We would expect some past tense, as well as words that contain the third person sound at the end. And generally we would expect some usage of past tense auxiliaries, as well as a variety of clauses, including relative, infinitive, gerund, and WH infinitive clauses. And again, just to reiterate, we are expecting Brown stage 5, which does indicate some grammatically correct sentences just in general. Moving into phonology, one of the major milestones that we hit from the ages 4 to 5 includes speech being 100% intelligible, or at least around 92% or higher. Some other things that we would expect include the ability to segment words into different syllables, as well as the ability to pronounce most consonants correctly. Now, of course, that doesn't go without error. Even grown adults are expected to not be without error all of the time in our speech. But I listed a few speech sounds here that you would expect. Maybe some errors persisting within. However, the majority of simplification processes will stop at this age. Now, if you've been listening through this video and you've noticed maybe your child isn't exactly hitting some of these milestones, there are several things that you can do to help them out. One core one is keep teaching your child new words and ask them to teach you back as well. And you should also be teaching them to ask for help and to advocate for themselves. Something else to keep in mind for this age group is engagement, so making sure that they're staying as engaged as possible, including things like games or telling stories. Something else you can really do to help out your little one during these times is help them expand their vocabulary a little bit. So whether that's playing I Spy, maybe talking about some categories like fruits, emotions, furniture, whatever it may be, or other things that may interest them, explaining where things may be in space, or just in general, paying attention when they speak is very, very crucial for their development at this point. And now, why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a grad student at DePaul University. I'm studying speech-language pathology, and I need you to know I did not write the book on this. I was not there. But I will be linking 1,000,001 resources for you down below and a couple more listed here. But yeah, feel free to go and check these out if you don't trust me. I don't blame you. The majority of it was found from Asha. If you are experiencing some of these things, it's really, really important to know that you are not alone and that there are a million other parents that have probably experienced the exact same thing. So again, please check out all of these resources that I've got listed for you. I promise you're not alone through this. Yeah, I think that does it for today's video. I'll have some of my references listed here for you. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope this helps you.